Hey, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the first ever rendition of Battle Nations Radio. Tonight, I am joined by a couple of special guests. Let me go ahead and get my settings taken care of because I didn't. And let me go ahead and share my screen here and get y'all included and pull up Battle Nations as well. Alrighty. Can y'all hear me? Perfect. Okay. So, if you're in the chat, let me know if you can hear them. I might play some music in the background here too. And then let's go ahead and get started. So, guys, good evening, everyone. I have the pleasure. They don't need any introduction. You are already subscribed to them. But I have Battle Nations Emperor and AP with me tonight. And I am super excited to have them on this first rendition of Battle Nations Radio. Just a quick overview of what this is. This is essentially just a call-in show. We do have some guests for tonight, but if you need help with Battle Nations, you want to talk about anything, you have a question, complaint, a comment, or you need help beating a battle, you can actually call in and we'll share your screen live and I'll help walk you through the battle. But tonight's going to be a little bit of a different format, and I just want to kick it off and Emperor, we'll kick to you here first. You have a big landmark coming up here soon, and I wanted to know what's your history with Battle Nations? Like, when did you start out playing? Like, where'd you get to? And what got you back into the game? And what got the hype really going for you? And what's going on, Low Monkey Boy? Oh, that sounds bad. I'm just gonna call you. I'm not sharing my screen, so let me go ahead and make sure that this is working. I know it's his name, but it's just not a good look. Okay, now people can hear y'all. But perfect. Thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. All right, guys, give me 1 second. My computer's going haywire. Nope, we look to be good. So yeah, Emp, you want to kick us off here?
Absolutely. So yeah, to answer your question, I got back into Battle Nations or initially I got into Battle Nations during 2014. No, actually it was 2013. My apologies. And I had just gotten back from a Disney vacation and I downloaded the game just as something to play on the ride over there, but never got to do it. So finally got home, and when I installed it, the very first boss strike that I was running was the Infected. That was my first ever boss strike. Got really into it. And it slowly but surely took over my life. I had a few other games I was into at the time, like Call of Duty, and I was really into a lot of MMOs like World of Warcraft and Fusion Fall, which was a Cartoon Network MMO at the time.
I know
but
exactly what you're talking about. Yep.
Yes, sir. I love that thing. Played it till they shut down. But nevertheless, I stopped playing all of them less and less and just got slowly but surely addicted to Battle Nations. Absolutely loved it. It was my child. I obsessed over it every single day. As soon as I got home from school, I would just binge the game entirely. Probably the peak of it was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Raptor, which was a limited edition Christmas event. And I kid you not, I literally stayed up 24 hours straight the last night trying to get it because I just needed to get that maxed out building so I could get him. And it got down to the last 2 hours. I knew I was running the calculations. I was like, there's no way I get it. So what I ended up doing is I went to my grandfather, and he was a goat. So he gave me his credit card, and I bought a $25 iTunes card online and bought nanopods with all $25. And that was enough to thankfully just, use nanopods to get gold, use the gold, and get Rudolph the Red-Nosed Raptor. Now, at the end of the day, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Raptor is literally just a slightly stronger battle raptor who can do what the Raptor Lord does, hit the entire front field. So was it worth it? Absolutely not. But to 12-year-old me, it was the best thing in the world. You could have given me $1 million for Rudolph the Red-Nosed Raptor on my Battle Nations account, and full stop, I would have chosen Rudolph the Red-Nosed Raptor on the spot. So yeah, absolutely obsessed with the game. Played it all the way up until, unfortunately, that very fateful summer in 2016. We got the notification, and I use it in like every other one of my videos. And the reason I do this because that image is scarred into my head. I will never forget logging on and seeing that for the first time because, dude, that was devastating. Like, I broke down. Like, I'll be full honest. Like, I was like, I think 14, 15 at the time.
Yeah.
And I remember like just being devastated by it. My dog comforted me, and I played it full stop. The last day, I stayed up 24 hours for the last 24 hours, talked with my guild, just used the unlimited nanopods we had because they gave everybody 999 nanopods. Just went off with that, had fun with it, and then, of course, it shut down. I mourned, and I moved on with my life. And I honestly thought that was the end. I truly didn't think this thing had anything else in it. I thought, okay, the company that made it shut down, it's over. It's completely done, set deal. And I just kind of, tried to move on from Battle Nations. But a few months ago, actually, no, I'm sorry, closer to a year ago now, I was just thinking about, that Disney trip and, my family, and Battle Nations popped into my head. I was like, oh yeah, I remember how much I loved that game. And what I ended up doing is I looked it up on Reddit, and I found the Madrona Games project. I found Madrona Games, them bringing it back. And bro, I was so excited. That was like literally somebody dead coming back to life. So I was unbelievably excited, immediately got on board, started making memes. And on my birthday, July 19th of 2024, so last year, I made the Battle Nations Emperor account and started from there. And yeah, that's how I got started on this journey.
That's awesome, man. And yeah, that was a tough day for all of us. I think this was a nice surprise. I was able to be a Patreon member prior um, to even the beta coming out, so that was nice. I got to get a T-shirt. That was really cool. But I forgot to send them in my size, so I got a medium, and I'm not a medium. But yeah, so AP, switch it over to you. I know we've talked before about this. You kind of just came on to the first time you played Battle Nations. You played it for what, a year, got bored before Navy, and you're like, nah, right?
I quite literally was farmed by my own father. That is how my account started. It was my dad's alt account, and well, at the time, I just played it because the troops just looked cool. That was it. And but in reality, I was just being active on an alt account from my father, and that's it. After that, I think I truly don't know what other game like I got into, or if I maybe just went outside. I don't know, but I just stopped playing the game entirely, and then Naval came out, and that's where I'm like that's like basically where I just stopped entirely. So
yeah, that's so basically family trauma brought you back into the game.
I didn't think of it that way, but you know what? I agree now.
I'm going to the chat here real quick. It's good to see everyone rolling in. I really appreciate all the support here. Somebody said this is the Infinity War of Battle Nations. AP became a YouTuber for his revenge arc. That's funny. So one of the questions that I have had, and I think a lot of people in the community have had, Emperor, this one's to you here. What is the beef with Supercell?
Absolutely. So it is my belief that the golden age of mobile gaming was that early 2010s era, and I think that's perfectly embodied by Battle Nations. I genuinely believe if you're looking for a free-to-play model, nobody did it more generously than Battle Nations. They, of course, let you watch ad for nanopods. They had a very generous deal with the Tapjoy. Of course, most people had deals with Tapjoy, but like most of them would give you like a handful of gems or rubies or whatever their currency was. Battle Nations would just give you, I remember like doing free app downloads and getting 100 nanopods per free app download. So you could really farm it. So if you were playing for free, you genuinely could do it. But then came along this company called Supercell, and they always has existed, of course, with the Clash Clans even back in the day. But somewhere along the line, I'd really say it was about a year or two into Clash Royale, they just got so bad, man. It became so competitive. Clash Royale got really big. It became mainstream. But instead of, trying to, allow players to play for free, they added evolution shards, which, you can't gem. They added, card evolutions. They added, card max amounts. They added a new level every single time. I remember when they made level 15 and they said, this is definitively the last level. We will never do another level. And then they made another level and just, it was nothing what they did. So my beef with Supercell is just, I believe they are a cancer to the mobile game industry. And I'll say this full stop. If you play Clash Clans or Clash Royale, 100% understandable. I'm addicted to Clash Royale still. Right, I was finally able to break my Clash Clans addiction, but I completely understand. Because at the end of the day, they're amazing games. I just despise Supercell and how money hungry they are with their monetization.
Yeah, I get that. I did like Clash of Clans a lot back in the day, but I think it's probably one of my favorite favorite like running jokes in the BN community is that you just despise Supercell, and I love that there's just this beef, and it's good to support an indie company like Madrona, and even Z2 was somewhat indie, so that was fun. Always like doing that. And AP, is there a unit that you are particularly looking forward to? Maybe in the next update? Like, is there a unit you're like, yes, I cannot wait to get my hands on this?
The mech troop. I just like the claws. That's about it. that's kind of it. The mech troop. I mean, the next update is what bring in. I mean, the three main troops that everyone's focusing on is like light chem tank, heavy chem, and then lightning dragoon. I mean, all good troops. Nothing exciting. It's not like the mech trooper. So
That's
they don't got
true.
claws.
That's
They don't got
true.
claws.
The mech tank has claws like your dad used to grab you when you didn't rank up
That's
stuff high enough.
crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. What a stretch, and it worked.
That was a half-court shot of a joke.
It was. I did not see where it was going, but it went.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. I'm particularly. I like the machine gun turn a lot. They're super easy to rank up and they only cost gold, so I'm excited to get my hands on.
Is that the unmanned one? Right?
Unmanned? Yeah, unmanned.
Or unmanned? Yeah.
Unmanned turret, it only costs gold to produce. It's relatively easy SP grind wise, so yeah, it's gonna be pretty good. But and question for you, kind of coming from the chat here, kind of coming from me. What would you ever take a sponsorship from Supercell, or would you boycott?
Ooh. How much money are we talking?
We're talking 20 G's. 20 G's for one video. One video. That's it.
20 G's for okay. Look, all jokes aside, look, I'm being honest with you guys. I'm not gonna cap. 20 G's right now would be life changing. I'm grabbing that back.
I'll be Spalding, bro. Yeah, but respectable though. Respectable.
Yeah. Dude, everyone has a price, and that's my price too. I get it. If you're like, hey, I'm trying to pay for a wedding right now, dude. I could really use that 20. That's Supercell money. Go ahead.
So I have a question then. To add on to Emperor's question. Okay, so instead of a sponsorship, how would you feel if it's not Madrona selling the game, it's combining together? What if Madrona Games and Supercell combine together? How would you feel about that? Would you be okay with that? Would you feel kind of iffy? Would you kind of see it as like, oh, they're just selling out now to this new company type of deal? Or
that's a good question. Go ahead, Imp. I'll let you take this one first.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would love to hear your opinion on this too, Hoppy, if you want to tag in after.
Yep.
But yeah, as for me, I would be okay with it as long as Madrona Games maintain full control of rights. The problem, I believe, with the Z2 buyout is they advertised it like, they talked about it for a few weeks beforehand. They said that it was actually going to be partnership. They were going to do this deal. But then the news came out and they just straight up bought Z2, like everything, the entire company, the facility, they owned all the rights, everything. And then, of course, King can do whatever they want. And they decided to, steal Battle Nations developers to go make more levels of Candy Crush. So I would say as long as it's a partnership, sure, as long as they're not just outright taking it again.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to add this so you can answer this as well, Hobby. How would you also feel about like seeing Clash of Clans troops in Battle Nations then? Where it's like still the same Battle Nations type of vibe, but then adding in Clash of Clans.
Okay, so
yeah, just
two things on that. So are you saying like the TF2 implementation to where it's Clash of Clans troops in Battle Nations art style and attack style, right? Yeah, I'm totally fine with that. I think that's fine. I'm good with that. The one thing is if they were to merge, I don't think that the devs right now have done a good job communicating. I forgot to attack with the Peacemaker. The devs have done a good job communicating, and I understand their hesitancy to tell us what they're working on because they announced on June 30th, hey, here's what's coming in the next update. And I haven't shut the fuck up about the new update for the last 2 weeks, which I'm sure they're super happy about. But it would be one of those things where I think if you played Battle Nations back in the day, you probably have a little bit of trauma about like, hey, here's a new company, like, oh, we're gonna make it so much better. It's like, here's a Navy, goodbye. I would need more communication from the devs if they wanted to do something like that. I don't need it. Like, they did the game, they did everything, they've done the Lord's work here, but I think we'd all feel a little more comfortable if they were just super open and honest and let us in a little bit more behind the scenes, if that is an avenue that they ended up taking. How do y'all feel about that?
All right, AP, you want to go first, my man?
So you're saying like being God? Oh, hold on. Wait. Oh my God, I'm being absolutely destroyed on audio right now.
I'm just mesmerized by this chunker gameplay, dude. You're playing. Are you trying to get them to rank 6?
Yep.
Heard.
Hello.
Hey, we can hear you.
That was absolutely terrifying for me. You guys didn't experience what I just experienced, but that was absolutely terrifying. What was the question? I'm sorry.
All right, Emperor, this one will go to you.
Yeah.
The question was it was kind of an add-on. I was saying, hey, if the devs did decide to go this route and they wanted to merge, it would be a situation of I think everybody would prefer that they just communicate pretty openly about what their intentions are and how things are going, just because we would all be a little bit nervous, understandably, given the history of the game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I was gonna say, yeah, 100% agree. If they want to do some kind of partnership with, King or Supercell, and even like you said, add Clash of Clans or Clash Royale players to Battle Nations like they did TF2, dude, I'd be all about that, especially because it would probably give us a lot of publicity. And I believe, if Supercell players came over to Battle Nations, they would be like, oh, wait a second, a game doesn't have to hate you and, make every single update, make the game worse and more greedy hungry. They can actually give you free stuff. I think we would still allow their players. So absolutely, I would 100% be down for that collab. I just, again, as we've kind of already illustrated, I would not be comfortable with, a full acquisition just because, as you stated, we all have PTSD from that. But assuming it's just a collab, 100%, I'd be down with that.
I'm with you. I think I also trust, and this might piss you off, Emperor, so just bear with me here. I also trust Supercell more than I trust King, right? Because Supercell is somewhat they're somewhat in the genre. Like, they have experience in the genre, and they have experience like working with these types of games versus Candy Crush. And I think they would like want to keep the game alive more. And guys, real quick, hate to interrupt the flow of the conversation, but Battle Nations Emperor is doing something pretty cool right now. He is climbing to 1,000 subscribers, and he's getting a lot of subscribers every day. He has daily content every day. If you haven't checked out his channel now, I'm sure y'all all have. Make sure to go check it out. I just dropped the link in the chat, and I'm going to drop APs in here too. Make sure to show them some love. Make sure to go check out Emperor's stream tonight. He's going to be streaming for a long time. AP's also going to be streaming for a long time. So make sure you have 2 browser tabs up and just run those bad boys simultaneously. But let's get Emperor up to 1,000. Make sure to go like all of his videos. Go promote them. We're super excited. We get to see the Emperor face reveal. Hopefully, it looks little bit better than Palpatine post Scar. But yeah, we're really excited for him. So guys, make sure to do that. But excuse me. On to the next tier. Do y'all prefer naval or land battles right now?
Ooh, that's a good one. AP, at least early on, I always kind of considered you the guy to go to on naval battles just because I always felt you were kind of skilled at them. I would like you to answer this one first, and I'll follow up behind you.
I would have to say I do like naval solely because I didn't get to have like the M10s early because I quite literally bought one heavy recon that screwed me over. And just the difficulty with naval, like with the Dreadnought and the Kraken right now, it's a hard boss to fight. But that's like, to me, that challenge is what makes it exciting. Like losing, like I don't care about losing my heavy. I don't care about losing a super tank or anything like that. So when it comes to like naval, like fighting the Kraken, fighting especially the Dreadnought,
Yeah.
those units losing them, they hurt. And I'm like, dang, like I got to now grind this back up again, and then it's like it's basically like I'm hooked. I'm gambling. I want that ironclad.
Yeah. Not everyone can be ballsy.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, he's got a couple right now.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of with you. I think the problem, Imp, you want to actually follow up here a second?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was just going to say land battle only because I truly believe naval got the chance to flourish. I believe Z2 had a lot of stuff more planned for naval. I think they were going to flesh it out. But even with what we got, I still think it's an amazing game mode. I love doing naval battles. But I just always look at it and I think, man, what could Z2 have done if they just had an extra year or two? So I think there was a lot of stuff. And I think Madrona Games, of course, will expand on that. And I think once they do, it's going to be amazing. But yeah, slight preference towards land, but I still love naval battles.
Yeah, I got a slight preference. So the chat is saying Navy. It sounds like Navy is the consensus here. So guys, let us know. Do you prefer Navy or land battles? I'm personally land right now for a little bit of a different reason. Oh my goodness, it is storming outside. I kind of feel a little hindered right now just with like I can't really rank up naval units. I hate that we're stuck behind this SP cap. King is saying land. Yep. But yeah, I would like Navy a little bit more if I could keep ranking up units. But I do like the challenge of Navy. The Dreadnought just feels not worth it to me right now. Just with what I'm given. And Emperor, I know you don't share too much about your main. But you've been fighting the Ironclad on your main.
Yes, sir. And I will go ahead and leak just this slight information because, yeah, you're right. I'm waiting for a reveal video, to do my main account. The one thing I will say, because I kind of leaked it a little bit on Gun V Stream too, I do have a frag, but I am still farming the Kraken and Dread because I'm still trying to get a Clad and a Tentacle. So,
Okay.
yeah, unfortunately, don't have either of those, but I have been farming. I'm trying to get them.
Yeah, I am not gonna attempt the. I'm not touching the Dreadnought until the next update. I don't know. It's not worth it to me. I'm just gonna be sad. But yeah, I think it's all. I like the. Do y'all know the battles over? What's it by the Bandit Reef Camp where it's like half Navy, half land?
Yeah.
Those are my favorite type of battles. But the Navy right now, the units are just so much stronger than land units, which is kind of the problem. Like, have you all
Absolutely.
attacked? Have you all ever attacked like a heavy tank with an M10? Oh my gosh, I'm getting.
It just
wrecked out
fucking
here.
destroys.
Yeah.
Destroys. I have had, because I think one of them has a tank killer.
Yeah, they do.
And that tank killer like almost one shot my M10 actually once. Or maybe it was a buoy. I don't know. But I got really scared really quick. It was actually terrifying. I'm like, okay, the land, because I usually leave the land units last. Also,
Yeah.
that place is like amazing for SP. Once we get the new update, if you need to work on naval units, that's where you're going. That's like
Exactly.
a go-to spot.
Yep.
I'm not even going like obviously you don't get like gears or bars from that. I've only gotten one bar at the very start when that location opened up for me.
Mhm.
Never seen another bar ever. Never seen it again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
It's it's a really good place to farm, especially once you get the units to R4. Like you're gonna be able to farm the buoy really quickly. And King was saying, "Quick hobby, tell him the young boar reference."
Oh my god. Bro, my entire comment sections on any video is just that now. It's just young boar.
Hey man, any publicity is good publicity.
That is true. It is true.
Yeah. But yeah. So I know it's getting beaten to a little bit of a dead horse here in every single Battle Nations chat, but I want to hear y'all two are kind of the experts. You're leading the charge of Battle Nations YouTube. I expect that y'all are just informants for the devs. So when are we getting this next update?
Amber. Yeah, Amber. When are we?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Soon.
You heard it here first, folks. We're getting this next update soon. Soon trademarked. Yeah, do you think they're gonna have? I mean, I am like 95% sure they're gonna have level 41 through 46. Friday at 4:20. That's an option. God, I might have to retreat here. Yeah, this is embarrassing. I'm trying to nonchalantly fight rebel forces in the background. I'm just getting my ass kicked. I heard through the grapevine we'll be getting an Arrow jetpack next update. I do not get the obsession with that unit.
It's only King. I know for a fact that's King saying that.
5
I'm
hours.
not.
What's up, Boris? Well, from the dev himself, 5 hours. You can quote it. But Saturday at 3:60 p.m. Really good answers here. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm pretty sure that they would have the level 41 through 46 in. The guilds, I'm not so sure if that'll be out in the next update or not. What do y'all think?
I don't think guilds are going to be showing up in the next update. I feel like what's going to happen is we will get friends lists and then level 41 to 46. And then the next update would introduce guilds and then more multiplayer stuff. I wouldn't say PvP. If it is PvP, it would be like a really, really bare bones PvP.
Okay.
Like it's just like facing friends and that's it type of deal. I don't know if there would be like getting SP gain or anything. I would think you wouldn't because of how many people have alts now. Because then you could just instantly farm up everything super, super easy. But I think this next update is going to be mainly level cap and the introduction of some multiplayer functions, and then hopefully a lot of quality of life changes, like the unit tabs and perhaps maybe like collect all button or something. I don't know how hard that is to implement. I'm speaking out of my ass here. I'm sorry, I've cussed. You
got to put $1 in the curse jar.
Yeah, I'll put $1. But yeah.
Yeah, is there a feature, Emperor? I'll go ahead and kick this one back to you. Is there a feature that you'd like be really excited to see in the next update or something like that?
Oh yeah, well, I do agree with AP. I don't think we'll probably be seeing guilds next update just because, unfortunately, I think that sun's so big. It'll be an update in and of itself, and that's fine. I want them, of course, to make it perfect, not quick. So that's at least my opinion. But as far as what I'm excited to, dude, I can't wait till we get base occupation and rating back, dude. That's going to be so crazy. Like people, like all of us, all three of us are going to get swamped because all of our if everybody can just raid everybody, all of us are going to get swamped. All of our subscribers are just going to raid our bases, and our entire base is just going to be occupied. But assuming it's just friends, even that will still be fun, befriending people and going over to their base, occupying their mainland, watching them trying to attack you, you trying to attack them. I think that just, it builds the community personally. So yeah, I can't wait for occupation raids to come back.
I'm just swearless. Yeah, I think it might be a good idea for all of us to spend a couple extra nanos on some base defenses here. But Emperor, you were kind of hinting a little bit yesterday on Gunvy's show of it sounds like you got some nanos in the tank there and a couple warehouses hid away. So is that true?
Absolutely. So yeah, on the Let's Play channel, on the YouTube channel account, it is purely free to play. Like I said there, and I'll just reiterate here, I did get some nanopods only because you did have to pay $5 and you got some nanopods for that. But it is the minimum you can have to have played during the beta. So it's the smallest you can get, and I'm pretty much just hoarding those nanopods. But yes, on my main account, I'm not gonna lie, man, I've dropped a good little bit of money, and you have a few thousand nanopods in storage just waiting for the next update.
Okay, I love that. Yeah, I have about 1,500 nanos right now. You guys have probably seen my channel. If you haven't, I am really just kind of doing mostly free to play right now, except for I have 2 M10s and 1 heavy TF2 unit. I kind of wait until the bigger levels come out to start doing some crazier things. But yeah, I do have a lot of nanos just waiting to be used. Are there any shops or any like buildings you'd recommend, like nano buildings that aren't really talked about that you think people should be getting right now?
Honestly, I think you're kind of on the money because my thought process is the exact same. Because even on my main account, I'm very sparingly spend nanopods, and that's only because I'm waiting for mega tanks. I'm waiting for max level. I'm waiting for late tier units because obviously I don't want to spend my nanopods on heavy recon vehicles and shock troopers because they'll get out leveled so quickly. So yeah, me personally, I would just say hold your nanopods. Never spend them on time if you can afford to, unless like you have a friend over and you just really want to show them something.
Sure.
And yeah, I'm personally just waiting for premium units like mega tanks and late game stuff to come back, and then yeah, I'm going to be dropping. But as far as right now, only thing I can say is high storage capacity vault, the biggest best storage in the game. That I would say just because it saves you population, it lets you hold more resources, and biggest thing is it saves on population massively.
Yeah, and I wanted to highlight a comment that King made here. I kind of made it big on the screen. Is that I agree with this. Is that King said, to be frank, there isn't a ton of fuck, damn it, darn it, shoot. Sorry.
Put a dollar.
We'll call it even. It's just, Emperor's the real winner here. He gets to take home the swear jar. But back to King's point here is there isn't a ton of nano stuff to buy next update. I think he's hitting this one pretty well here. I would say, obviously M10s, you want to get some of those. But I think 47 through 50 is when the nanos start flowing. It's kind of like, when the drinks start flowing, the nanos are going to start flowing. There's just too many good things from level 47 to 50. How do y'all feel about that?
Dude, absolutely. I think you hit the nail on the head. I think also King is kind of right on the money as well. There isn't really a lot of nano stuff that, is already in the game. Again, all I would say is mainly, buy some Mammoth class battleships, get the storage vault. But then, yeah, that's it. I really can't think of anything that's in the next level. AP, what are your thoughts?
I'm going to be honest. My stream today, I'm literally spending $250.
Dude, that's fair. That's one stream though, so yeah.
I like this is a topic. I'm like, well, shit. But no, I mean, you guys are not wrong. I'm not gonna spend all 250. It's mainly just like I have my grocery list of what I want. But with this next update, I mean, like what you got heavy chem tanks, and even then, like light chem tanks are still better. They're non-nano. You can mass produce them and everything. Again, like King said, there is nothing to really buy nano-wise. I'm just gonna hold until the next level cap, and then that's where I'm gonna really start, whaling in some cash into the game.
Yeah.
To prepare for like AS, prepare for just boss strikes in general. Hopefully we get some boosts, and everything else like that. A lot of decoration stuff I'm actually gonna be getting. So.
Ooh, okay. This kind of brings me into my next point. This game here is kind of what comes first. It's like a chicken or the egg thing. Do you think that we get a boss strike first in this game, or a double SP weekend first?
Boss strike or double S? I think the. Oh shit! Wait, that's a good question. Hold on.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Because technically, boss strike is kind of like SP farming. If you think about it, you're just more likely to lose units.
Yeah,
and there's a multiplier too if you go deeper into the waves.
Yeah, you're supposed to answer one or the other, not just some walk around answer.
That's the thing. I'm trying to figure it out,
bro. So King, yeah. What do y'all think, chat? You think double SP weekend or boss strike first? King is saying boss strike before level 50 TBH. That's aggressive. I don't know. I don't think so, but I've been wrong before.
I think it's easier to do the boost than the boss strike.
I think it is too.
So I would think we would, instead of seeing a double SP weekend, I think we would see boost instead first.
Yeah, I think, like, what do you mean? Like the implementation of buying boosts into the game?
Yeah. Okay. Because again, like I'm thinking on the side, like from the player perspective, but then also on the dev perspective. The devs I got, that's another way for making more money.
That is another way of making more money.
SP boost starts on. I mean, can't make it cost some nanos. That's gonna suck, but people still gonna buy.
Yeah. Would y'all buy boosts?
For my in one sittings? Yeah.
Yeah. That would make the 24-hour streams like a 20-hour stream at least.
Yeah.
So, Emperor, this one's if you got me, fielding this one to you here. I was curious, and I think the chat's pretty curious too, because we've all been pretty excited for it, and that's why everyone's been subscribing to you. You want to go over your stream a little bit tonight and kind of talk about what your plan is for that, how long you'll be streaming, kind of just do a quick overview of that real quick.
Absolutely, yeah. So going to be streaming tonight on the Battle Nations Emperor YouTube channel, and then on Twitch at Battle Nations, just at Battle Nations. And we're going to be playing the Battle Nations account. I was able to get the username Battle Nations and Battle Nations. So we're going to be streaming on Battle Nations Twitch, playing Battle Nations, the account on Battle Nations. So it's just going to be Battle Nations Inception. And yeah, we're just going to be trying to speed run that account. We might use Manopods, might not, but it just depends on what chat would like that night. And as far as how long we'll go, dude, I said it on Gunby stream, I'll turn it into a marathon. If we got people, at midnight, I'll keep going. If we wake up, 8 a.m. tomorrow, I'll keep going.
Okay.
I woke up a few hours ago, so I'm ready for anything,
Dude, that's awesome. I'm so excited. I love falling asleep too. Like, I listen to everyone's YouTube videos in the community, everyone's live streams. I generally listen to them like a podcast, so I'm not always typing, but I always drop in and toss a like. Speaking of which, guys, hit that like button, please. That helps a lot. But yeah, I'm excited to watch. Fiance is not gonna like falling asleep to Battle Nations tonight, but I'm not sure she's gonna have a choice. So just if you could do me a favor, Emperor tonight, if you can just whisper me sweet nothings as I fall asleep and watch you take out some level 10 raiders, that'd be huge. No, but I'm looking forward to it, man. It's cool. It's cool seeing everyone do kind of the multi-stream thing. I'm more of a YouTube diehard. / I don't know how you do Twitch. But that's gonna be really fun. What's up, Endless? And Rai said, are there any units other than the Wimp where R6 really makes a big difference? Information for the benefit of light grinders who typically grind to R5 only. Ooh, that's a really good question. I'm gonna put that up on the screen here, guys. This is coming from Rai. AP, you want to take this one first here?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you want to go AP because I know you have a little bit more of a field in this because you've done multiple R6 streams.
Oh god. I think my stance on like the whole R6 thing, Wimps are kind of like out of it solely because they do get that insane boost at R6. But for most groups, don't need to R6 them. It's kind of like a trophy status in my opinion. Like FAs, technically you don't need to get the R6. You can just get the R5 and that's it. But I can't really speak on that because I do have mine at R6. But TK, supers, like anything like meat shield wise, I would think is pretty important to become R6 because again, you want that extra health. That tank could survive off that 10 HP for a little longer than you hope for. TKs are going to be amazing, especially going against like the AC just to make it easier. Now there are other units. I just learned you can use brimstones to take out the AC today. Chuckers you could use as well to take out the AC. So you don't necessarily need R6 TKs. But it's still nice to have. It's a requirement. I think the thing is you're going to want R6 units because of guild. Guilds are going to make it a requirement for you to join them, especially if you were trying to join a hardcore competitive guild. You're going to be looking to just needing to R6 those units just to join that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Imp, you want to add on here?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, mainly just the wimps, but he has asking, beside wimps, chuckers come to mind. Obviously, they're very good to get if you want to try to get them to, or six if you're willing to grind it out.
Mhm.
Tank killers, I would also say to a slightly less extent, which I'm reading that off chat. He made a absolutely good point there.
Yeah.
And then the only two others that come to mind is if you get either of the fragments, absolutely them, or any other boss drop that you could train up to rank 6, or that will allow you to rank up.
100%. I'm gonna throw one more curveball in here. Portable walls.
Hurt?
They're really good. I think they're gonna have some late game potential. So
100%.
I'm working on those right now. Um,
Oh yeah.
AP, I know you have to go here soon, but wanted to do kind of one more question to the both of y'all. And if you want to hang around, I'm more than happy. I'm going to go for a bit longer here. But AP, I know you're going to hop on your own stream here. So just
I
want to
don't
feel.
start till 6:30. So I have a bit, but
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I
yeah,
was
I'm
thinking
chilling.
EST versus. Okay. Yep. Never mind. We're not going to cross at all.
You're chilling.
So, but all right, that threw me off. Question to both of y'all is you guys are doing both something very unique. And you guys are both creating your own guild, right? You were
Correct.
probably two of the newer hey, what's going on, Judge? I'll catch you later, man. Thank you. But you two are the I would say you guys have some of the newer guilds to the game just because there have been a lot of like the other ones were created like way early. But you do have the benefit of both of you two are probably the two most notorious, and I mean that in a good way, most notorious Battle Nations players right now. Other than possibly Endless, who everyone knows in the community. But has that helped with getting people to come? How's the adaptation going? Imp, I know you have Tio, who's a fantastic guy in your guild. He made that really good video. But how's that been going?
All right, AP, you want to take the start on this?
I mean, it's been going fairly well, honestly. I loved everything that everyone that has been saying about Public Service Company. The amount of people that are wanting to join is outrageous. And I'm trying my best to get to it. Right now, we're working on trying to get staff
Mm-hmm.
because I don't. It's just me, and there's a lot of tickets. There's a lot of tickets right now.
The
So I'm
community
just like,
manager isn't helping.
the community manager is no. That is not the community manager's job.
Yeah.
In this case, so she doesn't know that much of the game, anyways. So. But no, it's been fantastic building a guild and everything. It's a lot more work. I'll say that it's a lot of work.
Yeah, no, for sure. Imp, how do you feel managing that that workload? I know you do have a couple right hand guys and gals in the group too. I think you were saying.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like for example, you already mentioned one of them, Tio. Tio has
Mhm.
been an unbelievably helpful member in this. He of course made that video. He helps stuff on the Discord. Absolutely appreciate the heck out of him. He's a great guy. And a few other people, which I don't want to start naming. I wasn't named here just because he's the other YouTuber and he's the one that immediately comes off the bat. I do have a few others, but I just don't want to forget anybody. So I will just say all of the helpful people on Discord have a bunch of crazy helpful people on there. Gratefully appreciative of all of them. As far as how it's been going, dude, it's been going great. I mentioned this on Gumby's stream, but we recently maxed out on the main. So now it's a factor of getting everybody's information down and getting everybody into the feeder. We're going to have a feeder clan, which is going to be much more casual. It's for, people who just want to chill or want to earn their place in the main Empire Guild. And everybody's welcome. We have space in the feeder. And once we get full of the feeder, we'll make another feeder. So everybody, full stop, is welcome to the Empire.
That's perfect, man. I'm guessing ground rules are just, be a good human being, not too much drama, everything along those lines, or just, go full Star Killer Kylo Ren here.
Precisely, mainly what you said before, just, respectful, be nice, and, play Battle Nations, and you got it.
Yeah, that's perfect, man. I really like the aspect of seeing a bunch of these like even quote I don't like calling them feeder guilds personally per se because everyone has a different level of commitment they can do to the game, and I know like So I'm in P War, and I know like those requirements can be a little bit high sometimes. I totally get it. Not everyone has time to play the games, but I think with the more guilds that open up too, and like we know on launch day there's going to be a bunch of new guilds created anyway, as
No,
soon as
100%.
guilds are created. But I want it to be a little bit of a welcoming environment. I want to make sure that everyone who is a part of the game has a spot for them. So I am really excited for that. Like it is nice. AP, you mentioned you're kind of doing the same thing. Like once you fill up, you'll probably have like 2 guilds, like a varying like how much time you're able to put in, right?
I am actually against the idea of having multiple guilds.
Ooh,
I
okay.
only want one guild. I only care about one guild, and that guild is the guild that I'm in, and that's it. To me, how my stance on it is just more of like, it's kind of like how McDonald's started. When McDonald's started to expand and everything,
Mm-hmm.
there was like one McDonald's 2 blocks down that was selling tacos, and then another McDonald's across the street was selling fried chicken. And that's just down because of the management and just overlooking it.
Yeah.
I'd rather not deal with that. Now, again, there's 100% a way to do that. I'm not downplaying that idea or anything. Just personally for me, I'd rather have a group of 30 to 40 people that
Yep.
I can personally talk to and enjoy and just hang out with every day than excuse me, than having like 2 to 3 guilds of 100 people in there that I don't get to talk to. I care about the community that I'm building and being actually able to be with that community. So
Yeah, that's a good point. I like that idea. Oh, I lost all my effing navy. Sorry, I'm 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 having a bad time over here. I'm like kind of half-assing the battles, and the boars and the raptors have been fine, but I get my ass whipped on everything else here. So okay, I got you. Would you is there like a tier that both of y'all are fixing to get for like? And I guess it's so far away. It's somewhat far away, so it's hard to ask. But I'm guessing like, is there like an objective you have, like kind of a baseline where you'd kind of like to see requirements start out? Anything on that?
Oh, absolutely. So for the main guild, it's just going to be the top best of the best players. For example, let's say, we start out at a max 50, but then we're able to, quickly donate, get to max 100. Then it's just going to be, the best 100 players. If you're one of the best, you get a spot in if you want to. And then if you want to be more casual, if you want to be more, chill, spot in the feeder, always open up. And I think it's just a different ideology, because I completely understand AP's point of view. Having one guild, it's much more centralized, it's much more mainstream, and you don't have a bunch of feeders you got to keep manage all that stuff. Completely understand that, but I think we just have different ideologies. I'm of the ideology of the good man Ray McCrock, which is the guy who bought McDonald's
Founders,
from the
yep.
McDonald's brothers.
Yeah, everyone's
Absolutely,
watched
yes,
the Founders movie recently.
the founder,
apparently.
yep.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And in his great words, franchise the dang thing. So that's absolutely my running motto. And yeah, main guild, and then a bunch of feeders. So if anybody, literally just downloads Battle Nations on the spot, gets to whatever the requirement is for guild, and says, hey, I want to spot in the guild, they won't get to join the main Empire guild, but they'll 100% get to join one of the feeders and get to be part of the Empire. As far as managing all of them, I will probably have people within them, who of course, lead each one, but I will be in each individual one, talking to each individual one. I completely understand that concept of wanting to be able to speak to the leader. So I will always have at least one account in each and every single one of them, and drop in just, say, hey, how everybody doing, just have a little chat with everybody, because absolutely you want to keep that community.
Sure. Yeah. AP to you, where do you think you're going to kind of land on requirements? Or I know you had the video. I watched the full video. You said you haven't fully flushed them out. Wanted to see if there's a live update we could give people, or is that still TBD?
Oh no, we've already posted the prereqs and everything. Now we go through like a point system. I yoinked that shit straight off of I yoinked that shit straight off of HSC. I love HSC. They're a fantastic guild and everything. The branding that they have, I think they're one of the best branded guilds in Battle Nations.
Mm-hmm.
But just the prerequisites and everything and how they have it set up, I basically took it, fixed a little here and there for myself. It's basically copying in the sense, but I mean, it's a system that is perfect. I mean, you can't beat it, right?
Yeah.
So ended up taking that. I already talked to some of the leaders over there as well, and I've said my sorries and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But Yeah, all our prereqs are in the server in PSC. The minimum, like I'm open to anyone really joining. You don't have to hit all the points needed for the prereqs. I'm not looking for that. It's just more of like you wanting to be in the community, be a vibe, just chill, have the common sense, and just enjoy playing the game. That's all I'm really looking. I'm here to have a fun time, a good time.
I totally agree. Exerdos said something funny. He said Hobby and AP swearing up a storm and Emp not saying a single one is crazy funny. That's oops. I did mark this video as not child friendly, so it's not on YouTube Kids, luckily. And that kind of leads me to my next point. So y'all are very prominent YouTubers. You've been doing it for, you two are some of the longest to be doing it. We have others in the community like Law Gaming, where I think his 15 to 30 minutes estimate was a little ambitious. We have Tio, we have Merv, we have Gunv. Who am I leaving out here? I want to make sure I get everyone. Am I missing anyone?
The EURIKA. I don't exactly know how to pronounce their name, but they have a channel. I can link it to you real quick if you want to pull it up.
Perfect.
Shoot. Yeah.
No, you're
and
good.
Trying to make sure I don't forget anybody.
What I was going to say, I don't want to forget anybody, so please forgive me if I did. But what I was going to say is that a lot of people in the community, especially like the YouTube community, including myself, do look up to y'all, and that is a huge compliment. So for anybody, and I think we're all kind of doing YouTube for somewhat of the same reason. We enjoy doing it, obviously, but also we all love the game and we want to see the game grow. And this is essentially a way for the game to get some sort of free advertising, people to come check out the game, right? People can YouTube Battle Nations, and there's a plethora of things they can see. But y'all are some of the OGs. You two have the most traction. So for anybody new, kind of wanting to get into the space, bless you. What would do you have any recommendations, anything like that for them?
Dude, AP, your stuff is like lit, and you're the one with over 1,500 subscribers right now. You definitely take the lead on this.
No, bro. I mean, God damn it, Ev. I mean, the biggest thing is just post, like just make stuff. It doesn't have to be over edited or anything. Like my stuff's over edited. You don't have to copy that sort of style. Just as long as you enjoy the content and you're authentic about it, people will sniff that out. If you're just making content just to like, I want to make money off of this, people will sniff that out.
Yeah.
People will understand that you are not in this because you're in love with the game. You're just doing this because you're just trying to get an extra few cash. That's it.
Yeah.
So if you're doing it just for the money, you're going to burn out so quick because you're gonna look at it as just like, I need to pump out content, I need to do all this stuff, I need to do everything, and then you're gonna hit a point where like, I don't want to do it because I'm not seeing stuff come back. I'm in it for the long run. Emp's in the long run. Hobby Hangouts and everyone that's creating content is in it for the long run. We love the game. That's the foundation right there. So as long as you love the game and you want to make content and you have that itch to do that content, just do it. Just make something, post it. Your first video is not going to be amazing, but it's what you can learn from that video and put it into the next one, and then do the same thing over and over and over.
Doesn't that sound fun, doing the same thing over and over and over again? No.
Exactly.
All right, Emperor, I know you deferred there, but you're next up here.
Dude, absolutely. And yeah, he pretty much covered content creation in general, and perfectly well done. I completely agree with the sentiment. I'll try to focus a little bit more on Battle Nations, and what I want to say is literally just get started. I've said this several times on my own channel, but we are so in the beginning of this. We are in the alpha. I think we will look at this back on and say, man, where they had no clue what was coming. I truly believe Battle Nations has potential, but for right now, we are in the very beginning of it. I mean, seriously, if you want to be a Battle Nations YouTuber, be a Battle Nations YouTuber. Literally just start uploading, and you could very much make a name for yourself. Again, just be authentic, make content about what you want to make, if otherwise, it'll be like a job. And like AP said, you'll get burned out quickly. But I mean, literally I looked on YouTube and I somehow saw no new Battle Nations creators. And I'm like, what the heck? The game's coming back and nobody's making content about it. So I just made my first video, and literally in my first video, you see me pull down my notifications bar, start screen recording, just talk to my phone. And then at the end of the video, I literally pull down screen record. You actually see my own screen recorder. So when I say I started off with no experience, I literally started off with no experience whatsoever. So completely just want to get that out of the way. Don't feel intimidated. I almost did, but then I was just like, heck it, nobody else is on there. I was like, I'll be the first. And I did it. And thankfully, I've been able to, get a little spot here. AP, has come up and, he's defined the meta. We're just building this community as we go. That's what I'm trying to get at. And if you are interested in making Battle Nations content, straight up make Battle Nations content, because we are so early on. I say everybody has a good chance to get in it right now. But I will say this, because I said this on Gumby stream, I just want to reiterate it here. Once we start getting other people, full stop, everything's hostile. I'm banding together with you guys. I'm banding together with the OGs, aka you two guys, Theo, Gumby, and it's on site for everybody else.
I'm with that, bro. I'm with that. Yo.
Emperor said square up, dude.
I'm squaring up with the homies, bro.
Yeah. That
That's
is the
funny.
best thing I've heard. Yeah, Tio just joined the
That's
chat. Tio,
funny.
I got to get you on Battle Nations Radio here too. Let's get the OG band. I love it. So I have a personal question. Like, do y'all think that Battle Nations Radio is a good format? I'm gonna probably do it every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so a little bit earlier. Wednesdays tend to work well for me, but just in terms of having people on, obviously this is more of a long form thing. What's up, Matrix? How you doing, man? But yeah, wanted to see where y'all's heads are at. And guys, chat, if you have any questions, I don't know if y'all are reading the chat too, but I'm cracking up about it. If y'all have any questions for AP or Emperor here, please ask away. We'll get that read, and I'll put your comment up there too. But yeah, no, I like this format. I'm trying to help free to play players. I like the idea of, trying to help newer people to the game too. I think y'all two both have your niche as well. Emperor, I don't think anybody, I said a little bit earlier, we were talking about it a little bit in the pre-chat, but nobody knows the game as well as you do in terms of the missions, the lore of the game and stuff like that. And it's really fun going to watch those videos. Like, I was listening to your video on the car ride home today and I really enjoyed it. If anybody wants to get a quick snip of like a quick idea of Battle Nations, or like wants to explore more topics about it, I would say AP, you're probably the best for that, just because you have content that's able to appeal to the masses the best, just with the production and everything like that. And also you obviously have a very good YouTube background. Like, it's very obvious that you're familiar with that. And if you want to see somebody not get a frag every single week, I would go to DNTio's channel. He's in the chat right now. He will post that he didn't get a frag, so go check him out too, please. Sorry, that was trying to throw shade. That came off a little bit.
no, it was funny, bro.
Yeah, Tio,
I love
if you want to pop,
videos,
yeah,
bro.
Tio, if you want to pop in here, man, you're more than welcome to. I'll shoot you an invite. Just let me know. What more? Your mother. It's just like Tio. It kind of seems like your AC or your boss units just spawn really late at night, because it's always you. It's always you. Just like, looks like you're like next to your bed or something like that with all the lights off. How do I add somebody to this chat? All right, sorry, technical difficulties. Thank you. That was easier. Yeah, we sent you an invite on Discord. But kind of the next question is, what is everyone's favorite game besides Battle Nations?
Did I join?
Hey, Tio, what's going on, man?
What's up, Tio?
My device is not connected to my headset. Why are you not connected to my headset? Okay, let's test that out real quick.
I got you. Hey, Boris, if you're in the chat too, if you want to pop in and just spill all the beans too, you're more than welcome to. The door is open. But no, what's going on, Tio? How you doing, man?
Not too bad. I'm actually about to go hit the gym.
Okay.
What is Battle Nations Radio? So I know what I'm in.
So Battle Nations Radio is the Battle Nations Radio is essentially just a radio station. So Boris said, "Oh well." So the premise is if you have a complaint, a question, a tangent you want to go on, I'll be hosting this every Wednesday.
I got a complaint. It ain't you, but I got a few.
Okay, well let me finish explaining here real quick. But essentially, if you have anything that you want to talk about, you want to bring up on stream, there's a battle you're having issues with, I'll get you up. We'll talk on the quote unquote radio together. We'll have a conversation about it. I'll help you out with that formation. I'm kind of just, fielding questions here, talking to the community, and you don't have to be a YouTuber to do this. You just have to PM me on Discord and hopefully have a better, more tame potty mouth than myself and AP do, apparently. But
Okay.
no,
my bad.
this was a good question from Arturo. Is what is everyone's favorite faction in the game? This is a question that's got to go to Emperor first. He knows the most. So Emperor, passing this one off to you here.
Oh, absolutely. For me personally, just because I think they're so well developed, is the Rebels. They are basically the Civil War. They broke off. I think Ash is one of the best designed characters in just all of gaming, but especially in Battle Nations, because his lore goes so deep. He's just a general who wanted to serve the Empire, but, could not serve under Hedrick II for just being such a childish idiot. So eventually he rebels. He goes to the Rebels, who are on the last leg. They should have been stopped right there, but he's able to lead them to victory, push through. And spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't played Battle Nations or is new to Battle Nations, if you would just mute the next 30 seconds. Of course, it ends off very brutally, which, he is able to convince us to go to the other side of the map. And while we're on the other side of the map, along with other Imperials, he attacks the capital, Karsten. Yeah, go ahead.
I think, well, I'm going to give people a second here. Just if you have not played Battle Nations before, you did not get to level 70, and you do not want to hear this, I'm just giving an extra warning here. Spoiler alert. Come back in a minute. So just want to do that. So go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, and I'll make it super quick. But yeah, all it's just to say is, of course, he surrounds the capital of Carson, is able to completely destroy it, wipes it to the ground, completely destroys the Imperial capital, and of course, kills Hedrick II. And that's kind of where, the game left us on. We were supposed to pick it up on the next chapter, but unfortunately, Battle Nation shut down. But for me, it just goes to show Ash was such a well-written character. And of course, after that happens, we do get a little bit more. He says he wants to defect back. He comes to our base, and eventually, he's attacked. We get to play as him one last time, but he's killed in the battle. And in his dying breath, he warns Morgan, you can't trust everybody. There's somebody manipulating the rebels. You have a spy within your base, and then he dies. And we never figured it out. To this day, I will not die peacefully until I figure out who that mastermind is. So yeah, just that type of stuff. I love Ash. I love this story. And yeah, I cannot freaking wait till we figure out who that mastermind is.
Okay, so my theory on it, because I listened to your video today and I thought about it. The person who I think it is I don't even know his name, but he's the guy who takes you to the ancient construct area. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Percival,
yeah.
Percival.
Yeah, I think it's Percival.
Yep. All right.
Okay, I'm giving the thumbs up. Everyone in chat, it's safe. You're good. You can come back in, turn your mic on. Your mic is good. Yeah, so that's a tough act to follow. Tio, you want to try?
I can't speak because I'm eating.
All right.
Homie setting me up. Setting me up after what Emp just said, bro. I was gonna say the Shadow Force Navy because they're cool. That's all I got, man.
You know what? AP, that's not a bad answer because the Shadow Force Navy has naval units we ain't got.
That's what I'm saying.
So I can see why you like them. I like the Empire. I'm not gonna lie; they're just dope as fuck. I feel like they're the strong ones. They're the main protagonists of the story, and my bad. I'm not supposed to be cussing.
Can you turn your mic volume down just a little bit here?
I can. I don't know if that's helping.
Monkey's
Did that help?
saying that. Monkey's saying that's a little bit loud.
Do you have a headset mic, Tio?
I do.
Push the mic a little back away from your mouth, or put it under your
Oh.
chin more.
No, it doesn't have the microphone piece. It's just a headset. Like I take it to the gym and stuff.
Dude's got the wired AirPods in.
Okay, I will talk quieter and I will swear less. Yeah, the Empire. We go in, we tear it up, and then we complain that we're broke. That's what we do, man. We go in, we tear it up, we complain we didn't get a boss drop, we go home.
Yeah, I like to unleash my inner Anakin Skywalker, and my favorite to fight is the Raider kids. No, sorry, that's not good. No, I do like the Raiders. They're such nostalgia for me. So, fighting Gantus and beating him, I was all with light tanks and my one medium tank back in the day. That'll always have a special place in my heart. So it's got to be them. But yeah, Matrix is saying hit the Dreadnought. I am not trying to lose all my bars and steel in one sitting. Dreadnought gameplay will be coming as soon as the level cap increase comes out. They're all ready to go. So that will be happening afterwards. What else we got here?
That's what I'm doing today, bro. I'm gonna cry.
Yeah,
You mean to tell me you haven't been losing all your resources in the hopes of a 5% chance of getting something half decent? Where's your gambling spirit?
Have we seen everyone's face besides Emperor's? Yeah, I should have held out for 1,000, dude. I gave in at 5 subs.
Bro, my first video had my face.
Yeah. So what features, if Guild Wars were to get implemented here, like what features would y'all want to see?
Ooh. You know, I'm sitting here like daydreaming, and I'm probably gonna lose. Gonna cost us the whole thing. The Emperor, I am sorry, but I feel like I'm gonna cost us something. It's gonna be my fault. You can always put the blame on me if you feel like it. But I would love to see, essentially, like, I'm fumbling the ball as I'm eating. I'd like to see, essentially, it not have to do with our bases, it being on a separate war map.
Okay.
That way there's not too many penalties. That's my biggest thing.
So like a community, like essentially, I don't know if y'all have ever heard of the game Warpath before, but I used to play that a ton. But it was essentially everyone enters. Tio's nonchalant about it while eating. But essentially, like, you know, it's the countdown to when the guild war or the alliance war begins, and then the map opens at this set time, and then everyone goes in and tries to conquer different parts of the map or occupy different parts of the map. Is that kind of what you're referencing here?
Yeah. And I don't know if I made a video about Guild Wars and how I'd like to see it. I don't think I did. But essentially, what I'm thinking is more like a back and forth tug of war on a separate map. And the first few battles you win will determine whether or not you have air superiority. And then you're going to attack these temporary bases. And then the defending team will have like more waves to defend with.
Okay.
But the attacking team will have the remainder of their air units to help with their one wave of whatever. I don't know, just something like that.
Yeah.
This was 2 a.m. TO thinking like, oh yeah, what's gonna happen in the next 2 years that ain't happening?
That's perfect. And Emperor, I'll pass this one, the bucks off to you. I know you've thought about this. What do you want to see with Guild Wars?
Dude, absolutely. You mentioned Warpath, just confirm, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I love that system because, dude, I could totally see something like that in Battle Nations. The only thing I think might even fit a little bit better is, have any of you by chance played Boom Beach? Perfectly fine if not.
Yeah, no, I'm familiar with it.
I have.
I played.
Perfect. Awesome. Yeah.
So we're all
So
Supercell shills.
yes, sir, dude. I'm the worst. I'm the worst because I'm the one who's supposed to hate them. Yet here I am, having played every single Supercell game known to man. So I just look like a massive hypocrite. But Boom Beach. One of the things I absolutely loved about their game is they had these islands, which of course, you had your main island with your base, but they had these mini islands. And mini islands, you could go in there, build defenses, upgrade stuff like that. But how they worked is you had to defend them, because if you lost, if somebody 100%ed your mini island, it was their mini island now. And of course, the only way you could take it back from this if you 100%ed it. But normally, after somebody took your base, they would immediately gem it out, max out everything, and then you would just lose that forever. At least that's how it went for me. So obviously, I would want Madrona Games to do something a little bit more free-to-play friendly. But I think a concept like that, like mini bases that everybody can try to take and control, and that if you lose a battle to, it's somebody else's, I think would be awesome.
Okay, I like that. All right, AP. Last but certainly not least, what are you thinking?
I'm definitely excited for Guild Wars. I hope we see it soon. I honestly, I'm kind of thinking more like how soon could we get like new content in general. But the one thing I'm kind of excited about, or I'm very interested about, is not the actual like gameplay of it, but I do kind of like the whole like Clash of Clans where you can donate troops and then use them in that fight.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious on how, if we were to implement donating troops to someone to like kind of like rent them out in the sense,
Sure.
I would love to see something like that, because again, with Tio's idea where it's not on our base, but, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Tio, but like a more community base in the sense, we would have to donate our own units to that, and we couldn't use it until maybe that Guild War is over. So that kind of like, drops our own resources. If we want to win that Guild War, obviously we're going to be sending over our best units.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good idea. I was thinking of more like a randomizer for the week or however long it lasts as to what units you can and can't use, and then your ranked units are what you're throwing in there.
Yeah.
But that's actually an even better idea. Dude, what if garrisons, what you put in them, that's what you get to use.
That's what you get to use. Yeah, that's what I would think. But then if it's a community wise, so like say I have R6 like R6 trooper, R6 shock trooper that type of thing, right? Tio has like R5 and Emp has like R3. It would basically calculate the average, and that's the average of that unit. So now it forces all players to have R6 units if you want R6 units in your community base for that Guild War.
So you're saying if like, let's say there's 10, just breaking it down like real simple math here. Like, let's say there's 10 people in a guild, right, doing this Guild War, and they all 9 of them have R6 wimps, but the last one is R1 wimps. They're not getting R6 wimps for this fight.
Exactly. Yep.
Ooh.
So just make the last person not donate then.
So that's my other question, or my other thought, I guess, is should there be a cap on how many people can go over to the community base for that Guild War? Because in Clash of Clans, for their clan wars, they don't send everyone in that fight. It's a selected amount, correct?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is.
That is correct.
Yeah. So it'd be kind of, I would think it would be somewhat in the same sense. But then I feel like we shouldn't implement something like that. Everyone that's in the guild should be put into that Guild War, because then it forces every single player or for that guild to really push their players to have those R6 units.
I disagree for one reason, because I don't know if you know about the memes. I know Emperor for sure. You have to know about these memes, but the ones where they'll be like, "Hey, yo, sorry I missed my war battles, but my grandma died the other night," and then they'll like kick them out of the clan. And like, I'm in the real battles, buddy. And so I don't want that to happen to our beloved battle nations.
That is true.
That is a
true.
strong
That's kind of like
point.
what Lost Strikes were like.
That's a
back
strong
in the
point.
day.
Yeah.
Is that Law who joined?
That was Law, yeah.
Yeah, I joined a couple minutes ago. Sorry, I had a quote I had to get from a contractor. It took way too long. Sorry about that.
You're totally good, man. Hey guys, I just want to take a second to introduce Law Gaming. Law, are you watching the stream right now? You want to go ahead and plug your YouTube channel down in the chat below?
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect, guys. Go give him a watch.
Yeah, let me get that.
He's been producing more videos here recently. Make sure to go check him out. He does a really good job And I know on one of them you got 1.5 thousand views. That was really impressive.
Yeah, last video before I made one yesterday, but
Yep.
one last month did very good. The YouTube algorithm loved it for some reason, and I can't complain.
That's awesome. Also, Imp, I got a question for you. Kind of put you on a spot here.
Absolutely, yeah.
Do you think you'll be live streaming again after this?
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, I'm already rested, recharged. Probably after this stream, I'm gonna, maybe take a break, maybe get some coffee,
Yeah.
and get a meal in real quick. But yeah, then I'm just gonna immediately jump on stream.
So my question for you is like not only for this one, but like in the future, do you think you'll do additional live streams?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
So I would like to propose, and you can host it because you kind of own this avenue. I'd love to get like all the Battle Nations YouTubers in one live stream, and you can host it. And I think it's time for the updated tier list ranking for units.
Ooh, we do a whole unit rate, a tier list, but all of us together. That'd actually be crazy. I'm 100% down to host that if you guys would be willing to join me. I'd
Oh,
want all of you
Why
guys.
not?
hell
I'd be
yeah!
down.
We'd have to
That sounds great to me.
I would say like wait for the new update maybe, just so we could talk about
Sure.
those new units because that'd be fun. But honestly, like if it doesn't come out in like a week or two, everyone's waiting, dude. Those videos get a lot of views for you. I know that.
Dude, yes, sir. They're literally my best performing videos. Every time I upload them, I make sure to upload Fridays and at 8 a.m. in the morning to get maximum views. If you guys are down, I would love to get every single one of you online. We just do one massive super tier list streamed on my channel.
Dude, that'd be so much fun.
Let's do it.
Dude,
Um,
yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, just
Also,
feeding
I
the
am
content.
working out, so if I start making weird noises, it's nothing bad. I promise. It's just me working out.
That is
Multitasking,
Alright,
weird
man.
noises. Don't worry.
All right, we're gonna keep this one semi-professionally. At least mute your mic, Tio, please. I don't need to hear grunts in the background. This is a professional establishment right here, right?
Yeah, all right, we'll keep it friendly.
I have to head out right now. I have
Yeah.
to do some stuff before I go live and everything. So
Perfect. Hey guys, AP.
Bye bye, AP.
Guys, make sure to go subscribe to AP. I know everyone here is already. He has all the Battle Nation subscribers. But make sure to
Where does
go
he get
check
them
out-
all?
gotta catch them all, dude. He's got some friends with big YouTube. But yeah, make sure to go show him some love tonight. Especially make sure to go show Emperor some love. This is going to be his first live stream. I know I'll be watching. I'm literally going to have both tabs up, so I'm excited for that. AP, anything you want to preview or talk about on a final note here?
I'll be streaming me spending $250 on nanos and crying to the dreadnought. That's about it.
All right. If anybody wants to go see AP take out a loan to buy some nanos, he could use a super chat or two. Oh man, well you take it easy. I really appreciate you doing this. This is fantastic. Thank you for hopping on, AP.
No, thank you for inviting me, bro. Thank you.
This has been great. We'll do this again soon.
See ya. Peace. See ya, everyone.
Cheers.
Later.
See ya.
Bye bye, AP.
And Law, Tio, Emperor, I know you all have some big plans for tonight, so please do not keep. I'm going to keep the stream going for as long as it's going, but I do not want to get in the way because there's the main event tonight, and it's two main events. It's actually going to be AP and Emperor streaming. It is a good night for Battle Nations. It might be a good weekend for Battle Nations, but the devs have been working really hard, so please. If it doesn't come out this weekend, no harm in that, no foul, whatever. Keep ranking up your units. If you want free-to-play units, go check out some of my other videos, guys. I'm going to do a little self-promotion here. Please subscribe. We're trying to get to 100 by the end of the week. We do have a new video coming out on Sunday, and we will have Battle Nations Radio every Wednesday at 6 o'clock. If you want to be a part of Battle Nations Radio, you do not have to be a YouTuber. Please just DM me, leave a comment down below with your Discord name. And we'll get you all set up there. But yeah, next, and again, cut me off here, guys, if I'm going too long. So please.
You're chilling.
Perfect. Guys, what do you think is going to be a better bang for your buck here? Do you think the diamond tank for $50 or the plasma mammoth for $300? So essentially what I'm asking is, do you think that the plasma mammoth is going to be worth 6 times the diamond tank?
I mean,
Ooh, yeah,
do we know if the plasma mammoth is going to be like the legendary mammoth or just like a war mammoth? See, that's what it's going to come down to.
I don't know. I mean, it's all speculation.
oh yeah,
If
all I know is just Discord information. I don't have anything else besides that. But has anybody read the Discord notifications on Diamond Tank and Plasma Mammoth?
Do you want to go ahead
I'm
and read that out, Emp? You got access to it, or?
Yeah, no, my bad. I don't actually have it on my person. I just remember reading it about them like a few months ago when they were still doing it and they were advertising it. I remember they had a Q&A in the Battle Nations main server, the general, and we all talked about it and they let a few people ask questions. Because yeah, you're right. We don't know much information. I was just going to lay out on the table what we do know.
Yeah, so let me go ahead and get that pulled up here.
All right.
Okay. So, Discord is pulled up. Last call. Yeah, I hope everyone at least got one. I didn't get a plasma mammoth personally. Here's just a quick look at, if you can see my screen, here's a quick look at the diamond and the plasma mammoth. They both look cool. I personally think the plasma mammoth looks cooler. I think it looks fantastic. I don't have one. A little bummed out about it, but the diamond tank's going to be really fun to rock with. And that is going to be in, is it status or announcements? Can y'all hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I think General Basso could be wrong. It might be announcements. I would just try maybe searching Diamond Tank or Plasma Tank because it was a while ago. It was like when I made my first video talking about Diamond and Plasma Tank. It's like several months ago.
Yeah, fellas, I'm trying to do this on the fly here, and I'm not doing it successfully.
You're good.
Let's
And
just
dude,
blindly speculate here.
Yeah,
and
let's
they
just
might
blindly
made it.
speculate.
Blindly speculate sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I have a feeling, I have a hunch that just because it kind of looks like the legendary mammoth, imagine they took a legendary mammoth and they did some sort of sick plasma experiments on it. It's going to have like a plasma roar. You know, the legendary mammoth was like next to not quite as good as the legendary sandworm, but it was close. You know, I could see it being quite formidable. You know, the diamond tank, I don't know. It's going to be like a mega tank. You know, mega tanks are mega tanks. I feel like
Yep.
legendary mammoth might be stronger. It might be 5 times as stronger. I don't know if it's $250 strong, but it might be 5 times as strong as a mega tank.
Hey, I mean, my wallet felt that kind of bread falling out, so it better feel it on the battlefield too. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Tio, I heard you were saying for Emperor's Guild you have to have a plasma mammoth to join. Sounds pretty exclusive, right?
Is that true, Emperor? I don't think I said anything around those lines.
Unless, yeah, you said it. I can't speak for you, but I think that might just be imperial rumor.
Yeah, it might be P-War propaganda.
Ah,
Rebel
you
propaganda.
misinterpreted the intro of
yeah.
R1 Wimps turning into rank 6 plasma. Oh my gosh! Imagine plasma mammoth at rank 6. I can
Yeah.
already feel how busted it is, man, and I like it.
A rank 6 plasma mammoth is almost as good as a rank 1 wimp. They'll just give her the stats to be as bad.
Yeah, what if it was a meme unit? Like it was just terrible.
I would ask for a refund. That's what.
It was equivalent to a baby boar or a young boar.
Oh golly!
Shout out
AP would not be happy.
No, he wouldn't. Come here, buddy. Yeah, that would be interesting. I think the Diamond Tank will be slightly better than the Mega Tank, maybe. But in their latest announcement, they did say, and Boris, if you're here, you're more than welcome to comment on it. I know you probably can't, but just reading from the announcements that are available to everyone, it says that new animation system integration is that they said they've successfully completed initial integration of a brand new animation system to support the addition of the Plasma Mammoth and Diamond Tank. Guys, we could see that next update. It's not unrealistic.
Confirmed. That's what I'm saying.
Confirmed. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna. I'm just. We're just tonight is just gonna be us pissing off the devs because we're creating fake
No, I'm
hype.
just kidding.
No, I'm just messing with you. Um. Okay. So, what unit? I think we talked about this a little bit. How high do y'all think the level cap will be by the end of not 2025, 2026?
I mean, I think level 70, man, that's a long time.
Yeah, maybe level 75. They might even have another level cap increase by then, a new update.
Yeah, Law. That's what I was getting at. Is May we might see some additional levels past level 70 again at the end of 2026, not 2025. And Boris said, "LOL, not confirmed." For Plasma and Diamond Tank. But yeah, I think we could. I think we could see some additional past 70 at the by the end of next year, maybe. I don't know how easy or hard it is to implement like the existing content, and I know that adding new content to the game is going to take a lot longer. So, guys, please, it's not going to just for everyone in the chat, just so you know, it's easier for them to get out the levels that already existed. It's going to take them longer, but I'd like to see level 75 by the end of 2026. I think that'd be a cool goal to have, and they'll be raking it in if they have level 70 at least. But what do y'all
What
think?
about what about Guild Wars instead? Let them focus on some other stuff.
Guild Wars, dude, they'll be, I'm going to spend so many nanopods if we have Guild Wars. Oh, that's going to be so bad.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I'd like to see like I kind of missed the beginning of it, but what Guild Wars would even really look like? You know?
yeah, do you want to go, Imp? I know you're talking about your boom, um, the boom beach style. You want to talk about that a little bit again?
Absolutely, yeah. So it was all just speculation, mainly, Law. You didn't miss a single thing. So if you have any ideas, we would love to hear them. Just throw them out. But what I was proposed, which apparently was pretty good, and I personally think it would be freaking awesome because Hoppy had recommended a Warpath type style environment, which I would love. The only thing I personally think could fit even better, because it already existed in a mobile game, was Boom Beach's mini island. So of course, in Boom Beach, you lived on an island, but you also had these mini islands, which were basically just mini bases. You could buy resources on them, you could build defenses, everything you could on a regular base. However, the problem was if somebody attacked you and 100%ed your island, they owned that island now. It was now their island, and the only way to get it back was to, have them, go back and 100% their island. But unfortunately, normally people would take your island, have a bunch of resources saved up, immediately max out everything, and then you would just be locked out of your island. So maybe something more free to play friendly. However, I think a concept like that, where you have neutral bases that can be captured by anybody but are not secured by anybody, that can be taken at a moment's notice, I think would be pretty cool in Battle Nations.
I'd like that idea, and that kind of gives me a similar idea, because I played Boom Beach and I played, dare I say it, Clash of Clans, where there's like those the clan capital where they have this shared base between the whole clan. What if instead of like we had like a Battle Nation shared outpost, maybe our guild outpost or guild whatever you want to call it, the renewed empire of our and we build it up, and then we would invade or occupy other guilds' shared outposts. That might be really hard to code. That might be like way off development time, but I could see like imagine that you get a shared outpost that's like a massive military facility, and then like I don't know, whoever can sustain as many occupations on that outpost as possible wins. I don't know exactly how that would work, but kind of similar to that. Like how you mentioned the islands and stuff. Yeah, you go ahead.
Law, to kind of go off what you're saying, I really like that idea. Like, and I think we kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but the idea of having a guild base, and there are different like buildings we could build for the guild base, right? But instead of like everyone has to donate resources to build those buildings, and they would cost an insane amount of resources, right? But yeah, that'd be super cool. Just like a massive base. Rye said, imagine arguing about where the decoration should go at a shared outpost.
Oh my
God. A good idea is that it will be another outpost in a snowland with different exclusive snow units, factions, buildings, etc. I do like the idea of like having your outpost to your outpost. That's a really cool idea too. I love fighting in the snow personally. I don't know if y'all played back in the day.
Oh yeah.
But I really like the snow units. I really like the background battle scene of the snow units too. That was a ton of fun. They did.
Installation 17, I think, is cool as hell. It really is.
Yeah, it was such a cool campaign idea. They really did a bunch of good things with that, and frankly, just seeing the excitement that Madrona has put into the game and all the effort they put in already, I hope they're getting well compensated for it. I know they are. Everyone here has bought some nanos, I'm sure. But yeah, it's going to. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they're gonna kind of carry that out, and I hope it's a pretty smooth production. It seems to be. It's the game runs really well. So, Exodos was saying Exodos. You guys remember Fire Age? Basically, a massive guild base on the world map that we all contribute and can be attacked by anyone. Also, I would love to know more about the ancient stuff lore. Ooh, I do want to know more about the ancient stuff too. What do y'all think?
Oh yeah, about the first question, the massive guild base or the ancient stuff.
You can touch on both.
Oh yeah, as far as the ancient stuff, dude, 100%. I would love to see more ancient lore. I felt that was an untouched component. I think they really want to wrap the game up. It's just, another one of those things they weren't able to touch. So yeah, I think there's massive potential for the ancients and would love to see more stuff like the ancient construction, ancient sentinel, and really just more about their civilization. And as far as the first one, I think he's referring to the mobile game Fire Age. And in that case, yeah, I remember there was like this massive, because I played Fire Age and Mobile Strike back in the day. I remember those freaking things. And yeah, you had this massive thing on the world map that was basically like the size of 8 different bases all put together. And yeah, all the members could contribute to it, but anybody could attack and it can be destroyed at any time. I think something like that would go extremely hard.
I think so too. Yeah. I agree. Matrix was saying more ancient units. I would like to see that too. I wonder if we'll ever get yes the mobile. I'm glad you guys remember. I love that. Will we ever get aliens in Battle Nations?
Battle Nations in space, baby.
Oh yeah, that is
Yes,
a movement
sir.
in Battle Nations in space. I forgot about that subsector for it. Battle Nations in space. I know.
I'm gonna have to make a part 2 to that because I literally came up with that just one night. Like I needed a video, and I was like, "All right, Battle Nations in space." Because I was thinking of Angry Birds in space. Dude, I'm so glad that popped off. I might have to make a that because I think it has
It's like,
potential.
how hard do we want to jump the shark on Battle Nations lore?
Jump it as much as you want. I got your back.
Now, the ancient tech I think is cool. I really would like to see more of it. And I think like I like the implication that there's like a lot more to it than like meets the eye, especially with like the naval stuff. I bet you maybe they were thinking of having some sort of ancient construct on the ocean, because if you look at the naval map, there's a few little ancient facilities on some of those islands.
Ooh.
And I always thought Pike's questline implied that there's some sort of, well, there's the Kraken obviously, but I thought there was like another something even more sinister, like maybe like a fucking sentinel or something that like is under the water.
Yeah, you got to add to the nano fun law. No.
Some kind of
I don't know what that would look like,
underwater
man.
sentinel.
I want to know.
Yeah, I
Only Z2 knows.
only Z2 knows. I am curious too. Has Madrona been working with any like ex-Z2 employees on this? I don't know if y'all have heard anything about that.
I think Boris was a
Boris
Z2 employee. He was.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Boris. Stop holding out.
Emperor undefeated on the swear jar. Yeah, I think Emperor's winning tonight on the swear jar for sure. We got cooked.
Look, I got start. I didn't know. I started off and I didn't know. That's my excuse.
Yeah, he started off and lost immediately. No, nobody's seen Emperor's face before. Face reveals for all of us. We have no inside knowledge of that. We will see when y'all see.
Well, I mean, I have shared it with
I
Tio
actually
and
did.
Taylor. Yeah, both and Tio have actually seen it, along with you see
No.
I have.
I mean, yeah.
He actually looks like a Giga Chad.
Nah, Gumby's definitely still the prettiest one here.
Boris, we were just saying how they're like Z2 employees who are working on the game now. We're really happy about that. Yeah, right. That's a good idea. Is like the creators of the ancient boss. That'd be cool. What was that? Uh, guys, I'm gonna run to the restroom here, but I'm gonna kick it off to y'all. What was that? What was that promo unit where it was like the scientist guy? Do you know what I'm talking about?
The weapon tech.
The weapon tech.
Dr.
Yeah.
Vogel. Dr. Vogel.
Yep.
That's
Y'all
shoot,
go
my
off
bad.
on Dr. Vogel for a sec. I'll be right back.
Dr.
Heard.
Vogel.
What do you
I
guys
just
want to talk
talked about him
So,
in my
weapon
video.
technician? Oh, heard.
Well, because I was talking about how I want more boss strikes with like bosses in them, and the coolest thing about Dr. Vogel strikes is you could actually fight the ancient construct in the waves of the boss strike, and also like obviously like the frags and stuff too. And I'd really like to see another boss strike with maybe Dr. Vogel again or other bosses in the game. I think it'd be pretty cool, and I like that there was like a combination faction boss strike. I think those are the most fun because they're like you never would fight a frag. Like there's only very few times you fight frags in like PVE, not PvP. I'd like to see that more.
Dude, that's a great freaking point. And also, I would love to see if we have another naval boss strike, because we only ever had that one against the sovereign forces later on into the life cycle. Like you said, dude, I completely forgot about Dr. Volga having the ancient construct in there, but I remember using the weapons technician, Valkyrie, doing that and just completely wiping him just because the weapons technician was so freaking broken on launch. But yeah, if we had another naval boss strike, I would love to see for higher level players the Kraken and Dreadnought, like to be a single wave. That would be freaking crazy. Maybe wave 5, maybe wave 2, however they want to do it. But yeah, I would love to see more bosses in future Battle Nations. That's a great idea, Law.
What would
Yeah, I
y'all?
talk about it in my latest video, everyone, and I uploaded it yesterday, so go watch it if
You
you don't
guys
want to hear more.
I mean, I have the least amount of subs here, so there's no way that I'm able to get y'all more. But yes, guys, if you have not subscribed to Tio, if you have not subscribed to Imp, if you have not subscribed to Law, please make sure to go hit that subscribe button and check out all their content. They do some really good videos. It's really cool to see. Sorry, my dog is playing with me right here. Hey, buddy. And the other thing I was going to say is what. So you know how there's good boss strike videos. So if y'all want more information on boss strike, Law, I know you have one, and obviously, um, Emperor, I know you have one too. Would it be cool if like at like very max level for boss strike, you got the boss strike leader, like the enemy leader? Does that make sense?
Oh, that, yeah,
Oh
like
yeah,
for
for
example, yeah,
sure.
you would get like that character.
You get that character as a playable unit.
That's a
Warlord
great
Gothis.
idea.
That would be so cool. But it would have to be ridiculously high boss strike level, right?
Oh yeah, and dude, like we'd be able to get 5 Shros since she got 5 different boss strikes. So like if you played from the start, you'd be able to get multiple repeats of her. And but then
And
even just people like people who repeated once, like Dr. Vogel or Duran from the first boss strike. Yeah, them as an individual character, that'd be crazy hard, dude. That's a great idea.
that's something I really want to see that I've been thinking about is having the leaders, and that makes it okay to repeat. That would make it more okay for me to repeat that boss strike, right? Because then I could get another one of those units. Like I wouldn't be like, it's the same guy again. I'd be like, oh cool, we get another shot at him. Or like maybe you missed it out on the first one.
That's kind of trippy if you think about like if like say Warlord Jontas was the one leader, like and he's the actual unit. He's the only one that's an actual unit in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like imagine if you have like 10 Warlord Jontas. Maybe it should be like the tier 15 reward or something. Only like the top guilds, Morgan's Mammoths, would actually get a chance of getting it.
I think you choked a little bit there. No, but that's super cool, and maybe I want it to be possible for everyone to get. Guys, I am going to start winding down here. We do have Emperor's Big Night coming up. Also, Exerdos, I know you're somewhat new to the chat. I really appreciate you stopping by, man. I really appreciate all the love and support. Everyone who's been new here, thank you so much. This has been a huge success. We will be back every Wednesday. Thank you for that. But kind of want to end it here. What was my last thing that I wrote down? What is something that you are struggling with the most in Battle Nations right now? And that could be like a specific battle, just like I don't know if that makes sense. Like, so I'll start with mine. The thing that I'm struggling with the most is maybe sometimes finding the motivation to like finish out those units? And do you have like any recommendation for getting through those units? Like I like to listen to live streams personally while I grind units. I don't know if y'all do the same.
I do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And YouTube videos.
Mm-hmm. And the more YouTube content there is, but I'll just make a playlist of like, hey, just do Battle Nations YouTube videos, just play them on loop. But that's definitely been hard for me. My favorite is Halo Wars. Halo Wars is a good game. Do you think that? And lastly, do you think that Battle Nations will be on the front page of the App Store by the end of 2025? Do you think it will get that many downloads?
Oh, I have a lot to say about this, so I'd love to hear Law and Tio go first because I've said this in a lot of different videos. So before I start yapping, I want to hear what these gentlemen have to say.
Hold on, I'm responding to Extra Dose here. Well, first of all, I'm going to say Halo 2. Halo 2 is my favorite. That was the first Halo game I ever played. Halo Wars, though, is amazing. I love Halo Wars. I even love Halo Wars 2. I'm a big Halo fan, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, just to answer Extra Dose's question. But will Battle Nations be on the top of the App Store? You know, I think it's got good fundamentals. I think it's a great game. It was in the past, and now it's the future. Now most games suck. So if we have a good game, you know, it's going to snowball. It's going to get word of mouth. I think it's growing slowly and surely, and I'm hoping maybe in the next year or so we start building up some steam on Steam and the app stores.
Yep, 100%. Tio, to you, or are you just grunting over there? All right, Emperor, I'm gonna let you finish us out here, man.
I said this before, I'll say it again, and I personally would want this to be, so like you can count on this. I genuinely believe this game is so freaking underrated, dude. I believe Battle Nations has massive potential. Once we break out to the mainstream, I think it's only going to be until people realize how amazing this game was built. Z2 just unbelievably cooked with this game. So it's my opinion, once we start getting some traction, once people start streaming us and, you know, making videos about us outside of it, because, you know, I joke about, you know, I don't want it. But at the end of the day, I do want Battle Nations to grow above all else. And once people start doing that, I think it's going to be Pandora's box. I think people are going to realize how amazing this game is, and I think it's going to blow up. I truly believe this has the potential to be like a Supercell level game. I am full 100% bullish on Battle Nations. I'm buying calls.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the one thing that I think once some sort of multiplayer gets implemented, like even just boss strike, I think that's going to be what really skyrockets the game, because the multiplayer features do dominate a lot of the mobile games.
Boss strikes are going to be such an event.
Yep.
It's going to get everybody together. Oh yeah, I can see that 1000%.
I can't wait. Yep.
I can't
It's gonna
wait.
be fun.
You farted?
Oh,
no, sorry, I'm joking.
Okay, I guess I was muted. Dang.
No, you go ahead.
I don't remember what I had to say. What were we yapping about?
Do you think that Battle Nations is going to be top of the App Store? Not necessarily number one in games or anything like that, but do you think it'll be like featured on like the games for the App Store?
It'll take it a little bit, but definitely, because think about it, man. It's a free-to-play game. It's a very high-quality game.
Yeah.
I mean, like, look at the games they advertise now. It's all fake advertising, and it's all games like Can You Thicket, and it's like just a baddie walking and just eating as much apple pie or whatever, you know, and then, oh no, I can't do basic math. I'll go through the -10. That's what they're competing with. So I don't see how they don't get to the top.
Oh, okay. Last question, and Exodus, I'm gonna let him do this one, and then we'll sign off here. What do you guys like to do outside of Battle Nations? Just real quick.
Oh, that sounds horrible, man. Don't take me to that place.
So like,
I'll go first if you guys want to
like
think
favorite
about
game. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, if you want to go first, we'll think about it. Because if you're asking for hobby or game,
All of us. Hobby or anything. Yeah, it could just be hobby.
Okay. So I mean, personally, I'm huge into the outdoors. I like hiking, fishing, hunting. You know, I
Mhm.
try to go out. I got so damn tan from this past couple weeks being
Yep.
outside so much, kayaking and stuff. That's probably a few of my hobbies there. I collect music. I collect way too much crap.
Yeah.
I read a lot. I play video games when I can.
Mhm.
Obviously, Battle Nations is kind of my primary one right now, but
That's
obviously,
awesome.
I love Halo. And you can scroll through my channel. I have a whole bunch of other games I've uploaded over the years. Like I'm a huge Dark Souls fan, Elden
Oh
Ring,
yeah.
you know, Fallout,
Love Fallout.
and other stuff that I like. Or like I just played Doom: The Dark Ages. That was fun.
Mhm. That's perfect, man. And guys, make sure to go follow Law. Tio, you're up next.
I'm at the gym. What else am I supposed to do, man? I'm about to go to my second job after this, and
Oh, heard.
yeah.
Heard that. All right, guys, make sure to go subscribe to Tio and Emperor. To you.
Okay. So yeah, favorite game outside of Battle Nations, like our current iterations of Madrona Games Battle Nations. My two other favorite games would be Battle Nations Beta by Madrona Games and then Battle Nations by ZT.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Oh my
you're
god.
forgetting the Battle Nations Alpha.
The Battle Nations Alpha, how could I forget? Absolutely, the Cabbage Simulator, absolutely.
The
Cabbage.
Cabbage
But
Simulator was so fun.
it was crazy. All jokes aside, though, replayability, I would probably say Borderlands 2.
I love
Ever
that game.
since it came back out in 2012, I have played that game probably yearly, and I think several hours into it. It's just a childhood game I'll probably play on my deathbed. And then after that, if I had to say one-time game, probably Telltale Games The Walking Dead Season 1. For some
Ooh,
reason,
okay.
that has just
That's a
always stuck
great
with me.
game.
It's a great
I
game.
love
And I,
that Walking Dead season one.
and I'm not even going to say anything about it because if you're interested in any story games, I beg of you to try it out. I'm not going to say a single thing about it. All I will say is it will be one of the greatest story games you have ever played. It is so perfectly done. And I've yet to see one YouTuber make it to the end and not cry at it. Literally every single one of them
So
who's on
sad.
YouTube right now that has a base cam is crying.
Yeah. No, that's great. Well, guys, obviously make sure to follow Emp. Things that I like to do are I'm a huge college football fan. I live and breathe college football, especially when it gets to the season, counting down the days. I love to play volleyball or basketball. Love to play either of those outside. Just a ton of fun. I'm in a volleyball league, so that's good fun. I'm also a huge, huge Lego Star Wars nerd. So I
Yes,
will
sir.
so I will at
Nice.
100 when I get to 100 subscribers, I will reveal the collection. So, guys, make sure to hit
Ooh.
that subscribe button. And
Put
they're
him to
way
100 subscribers now.
exactly. But I love Lego Star Wars. I'm a huge diehard Star Wars fan. That's my favorite movie ever. Um, but yeah, guys, I really appreciate everyone tuning in. There's a lot of Battle Nations content on tonight. The night is just getting started. Do not go anywhere. We're going to have switching over to this immediately. Go to BNAP stream. He will be fighting in 12 minutes. He will be fighting the Dreadnought or the Ancient Construct, one of those two things in 12 minutes. And guys, the main event tonight, it's going to be Battle Nations Emperor's first stream. He's going to be going on for a while. I know I personally am going to be falling asleep to him. I'm excited to see where that goes. I'll be commenting. Let's get him to 1,000 guys. Make sure to follow Tio and Law as well. Make sure to hit that subscribe button for me too. I'll be posting the link to this on Reddit later, just so you can catch it on Replay Gang. Guys, that's all I got for tonight. I appreciate everyone tuning in. This is Hobby Hangout, and this is the first episode of Battle Nations Radio. Peace.